I'll just edit shit in. Just remember, that microphone is not this microphone.
Right.
So we got loud and proud. All right, so make sure. I remember one of these things we did, and I fucking forgot to hit the record button.
That's right.
Okay. All right, so that's running. That's good. I mean, unless you wanted to do Facebook Live. No, we can't really because... Oh, we could. If you wanted to.
This is fine. I'm fine either way.
And then we'll just edit this together.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Good. All right, so... Farts are just the best. All right. Wait, did you? Oh, I didn't get this. Okay. That's like the making of. Usually I carry a knife with me, but what the fuck is happening, Roger? You have a knife?
Upstairs.
Get back here, you bring it. What the fuck, man? It's plastic. Hold on. Thanks, Sammy. What the? Oh, I got it. Oh my god. It's like, boy, they childproof the whole fucking thing. Yeah. Okay. You know, if you just kept your Cabo Wabo company, we wouldn't have this fucking problem. It's like fucking peeling something with a peel. All right, what? Oh, Shabbat Shalom. All right, it's not even real cork. It's like a little fucking nipple. It's like a rubber. Hey, okay. Are we on? All right, so we'll start. Yeah. All right. All right, 5 minutes of this shit. All right. Don't eat the salmon. I'm an infant. Okay. All right. Stop. Stop it. Okay. All right. Shh. I gotta do an intro. Make no mention of the serious one we did before.
No.
All right. Okay.
Because what everybody...
Right. This is Johnny 14. So the one we did in Providence was episode 14.
Yes.
So the other is going to be 15. This will be 16. So this is Jonnyland Live Popcast, episode 15. Cold start, Bristol, Rhode Island. Take one. And we're here. Hey, everybody. Guess who? It's back. It's back, or we're back. I'm back. He's back. Johnny B, welcome to the Jonnyland Live Popcast, episode 16. It's going to be Blazing Saddles. Finally. We're here in Bristol, Rhode Island. I'm here with my usual cohort, GH. He's over here. Say hi.
Hi.
Good.
How are you guys doing?
He's been taking a lot of public speaking classes and waiting to use them. So we're gonna what? Anyway, we're gonna be finally dedicating an episode to Blazing Saddles, the great Mel Brooks 1974 movie. This just doesn't feel like it's going. All right, it's the 1974 film. It's a classic. It's 50 years old this year. And Gene Wilder, Cleavon Little, Slim Pickens, Harvey Korman, Madeline Kahn, Burton Gilliam, who plays Lyle. Who else we got in here?
Mel Brooks.
And Mel Brooks,
Mel Brooks.
as the governor, Harumph. Governor Lepidemain. All right, let's not overdo it. My sphincter hurts. It's all right. Just, what is this? It's an asshole. Yep. Okay, and apparently so am I. So, welcome to the podcast, everybody. The Popcast. This is the first time we've done 2 in one day. We did one earlier this afternoon without any assistance of snacks or drinks. We're not officially sponsored by any of these products, but I'm just gonna say Sammy's Beach Bar cocktail, super tasty. We've got them in the fridge. We've got some Barnum's Animal Crackers and M&Ms and Skittles and Snow Caps and pretzels and the King of the Ring, Santo Reposado Tequila. Thanks to Guy Fieri and Sammy Hagar. It was really Sammy that did it and brought Guy on because, you know, why not have a chef that's part of the tequila business? So we'll just start by saying welcome. And we haven't done one of these in a little while. I think it was like September or October of last year, where we talked about Friday the 13th, the final chapter, which is also 40 years old this year.
Yes, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And boy, that's pungent. Can you smell that?
I can smell
That's
it.
wow. It's a nice bouquet. So hope everybody's doing well, and we've had a little whatever it is on the way to the episode here, but we're gonna just start getting going here with a welcome shot, and we've got our shot glasses. There you go. Oh shit! Any spillage, you got to lick it.
Oh boy.
Yep, you're gonna hear a lot of that on this fucking recording. Anyway, so Blazing Saddles is one of those movies where it's a classic. It was classic then, it's classic now. And we wanted to do this episode probably last year or even longer.
Well, I think we were really close to trying it last year. And then
Yeah. And we put the kibosh on it really because we're idiots, but no longer. I mean, yes, we're idiots, but regarding
not for this reason.
Not for this reason, right. So we decided, I mean, it's, I can't stand everybody who's been butthurt and has to be woke and politically correct and all of that other business that's been going on for a bunch of years now. And I really just can't stand it. What's your feeling on that, where we've come as a culture, as a society, and where you have people literally looking at Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the book by Roald Dahl, and you have these fucktards that are saying you got to go back into the book and change the language because Augustus Gloop was a fat fuck, and now it's hurtful. And Augustus shouldn't be called fat or whatever he's called in there. He should be, there should be some other, whatever, I don't know what that dance was. He should be not called fat because it's offensive.
Right.
But you're talking about a book that was written in the 60s?
Yep.
Was right?
So, yeah.
But things like that and things like all of the, well, I mean, the pronouns and all that other business. And the all of that, it makes me just shake my head. What are your thoughts? I interrupted you.
No, I was going to say that we've definitely swung too far to the extreme the other way. I'm hoping that we can find a balance for all of that.
You don't think it's too late for that? Like years now it's been, and we're still trying to figure out the he, she, thee, them,
Well,
us,
that's gonna
we.
that's gonna work itself out because people
You
are
can't.
gonna
So, and the reason. So this is why we hadn't done Blazing Saddles before now, because we had this concern that because of the nature of the movie and the subject matter, it was gonna make more people butthurt. Of the 7.5 people that may see this fucking thing, someone's gonna say, "Uh-oh, Blazing Saddles, it's racist, it's bigot, it's and cancel." Interestingly enough, we were talking about this earlier, but with all of the people that they've tried to cancel now or have successfully canceled, it's Bill Cosby for what he did or someone else, no one has said, cancel Mel Brooks, cancel Mel Brooks. No one said cancel George Carlin and his brand of humor. And I saw a meme on social media the other day that was a picture of Mel Brooks grabbing the boobs of this girl in History of the World when he was playing King Louis, and then he would kind of and then turn it. It's good to be the king. And the text of the meme was, Gen X will never be able to be offended because we grew up with Mel Brooks. Fact. Hashtag fucking fact. And so we decided, fuck it.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Blazing Saddles. Certain subject matter, certain words that you may find offensive are going to be part of this episode. If you run the risk of being wah, say goodbye now. Bye. We will miss you, and maybe the next episode we could do fucking Pete's Dragon or something from Disney, and we could have a holly jolly day. But I'm not going to make any apologies.
no apologies.
You know, if you know me, if you know Gerry, we're the least racist, bigoted, intolerant people that you might ever meet. And I think that a huge part of the hilarity of the film comes from the racism and the bigotry and the intolerance that all of these characters displayed throughout the film. And I'll point out that one of the head writers on the film, Richard Pryor, the GOAT in many opinions for humor. But if there's anyone that would have license to write some of that humor and have it expected to be funny, it's Richard. Mel Brooks, Jewish. He's got Nazis in almost every one of his films, but they're always a parody of what the Nazis are. And even in Blazing Saddles, you have Madeline Kahn plays,
Oh my God.
what the fuck? The Teutonic Twit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Lily von Stupp. Sorry. Love it. And she walks around with a German accent and rolling her W's like Baba Waters. Anyway, so if you think you might be offended, turn it off now. You've been warned. Otherwise, I mean, I'm sitting here with a rubber asshole in my hand, and it's
Thanks, John.
Oh, and I'm also here with Gerry, who's not rubber. This asshole was modeled after, I'm really not supposed to say because she swore me to secrecy. You remember the girl, it was my junior year at college, and she had brown curly hair. She was shy at first, and then eventually she stopped seeing me, and I never told you why.
You never did?
I made a mold of her asshole.
Yeah, you never told me that.
No, well, just forget about it. Anyway, so yeah, here we go. Blazing Saddles, a real classic movie. Let's start it off real easy. I mean, the film opens with you know, it's in the 1800s, I guess, right?
1874.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what he said. It was.
oh, all right. And you have these railroad workers who are black and Chinese, swinging pickaxes and blazing the trail for clearing railroad tracks or whatever it is. And then, you know, you had the cowboys come riding in on their horses. And, you know, clearly the laborers are literally slaving away. And the first one we hear from is Lyle, the big tooth redneck Lyle, who's talking about how hot it is, and come on, you guys are working like it's 120 degrees. You know it can't be more than 114. And then a Chinese worker, stereotypically with the wide brimmed hat, and he's got a pickaxe, and he just kind of crumples and falls to the ground. And Lyle, in probably, I guess it was probably the first real sort of ooh kind of remark.
Yeah.
Dock that chink a day's pay for napping on the job. And I don't know why it was always just so funny. And I think as an adult now, you laugh with that almost uncomfortable laughter.
Yeah.
At the offensiveness of it.
Yeah.
And that's intended, I think.
Well, I believe so, 100%. They're showing it, yeah.
I think the reasoning behind all of it is to make you, the viewer, us, uncomfortable in our own skins, regardless of color, and sort of poke fun at the short-sightedness of the bigotry and the racism. And so you then were introduced to Bart and his friend, the guy with the bald-headed guy whose name I never really know. And they, Lyle is saying, y'all should be singing one of them nigger spirituals, you know, like swing low, sweet, I told you, leave now. I'm gonna have a drink. This one's for Lyle, hillbilly redneck fuckface. I met him once. He was in Fletch also.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, medicine. Oh, that's coarser than I remember.
Yeah.
Oofa.
Feel that.
Maybe it's just because it's not so cold. Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, one down. Boy, Lyle, you fucked me on that one. Ooh, let's get the ice around this bitch. Sorry, kids. All right, anyway. Big help I just did there. I moved like 2 ice cubes. So we established Bart and his friend, 2 Negro workers who kind of start the ball rolling and get worked up against the cowboys. Excuse me. They get on a hand truck to scope out down the trail, down the tracks or whatever it is, and then they hit a bunch of quicksand, and that's the whole scene. Why is it me, or is the world rising? Whatever it is, I hate it. And they just and they sink into the quicksand, and the cowboys run up on their horses. And you know they throw the rope, and Bart and his friend are sitting there going, "Oh, they're gonna save us!" And they lasso the hand cart, and they pull the hand cart out. Boy, that was a close one. We almost lost a $400 hand truck, whatever. And so Bart decides that he can't take it anymore, the abuse. So he whacks Taggart. Mr. Taggart whacks him in the head with a shovel, and it leads to the whole issue of what comes next is Taggart is talking now with Hedley Lamar about trying to grab the land of Rockridge from the citizens so the choo-choo train can go through the town. This won't end well. And so he develops the schemes and all this stuff, and there's an executioner outside. Boris. With the eye patch.
Yes. With a scar through the eye patch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. I couldn't possibly put him in until Monday. I'm fully booked. And that's Taggart asking Headley to hang Bart for hitting him with a shovel. But then, in a very interesting twist of fate, Rockridge needs a new sheriff. Mm-hmm. And they petition Governor Lepetame, the cross-eyed Mel Brooks. Why do I always get a warped one? You watch your ass. To send him a new sheriff. And so they wind up sending Sheriff Bart. And they send him because they figure seeing a black guy will be so offensive to them that they'll... I mean, what was the point here?
Was that then they would end up shooting him, and then they could ride into town and take the whole town because of...
Oh,
I guess something else.
Yeah.
He doesn't fully explain it.
No, because why you're going to send Bart into Rockridge to be the sheriff? The people of Rockridge are going to hate him so much because he's black.
Right.
And I guess it'll just be...
will they leave? Will they kill him?
Right, yeah, maybe they'll just leave the town or something like that. But it turns out that the town of Rockridge is not so easily scared off or put off by Bart. He wins them over eventually, but at first it's a very, very rough beginning, but it's also one of the funniest scenes in the film.
Oh, yes.
When everyone's out in the square and they're getting ready for the new sheriff, and the whole town is there. They have the banner and the podium, and John Hillerman, who would be Higgins on Magnum some years later, let me practice my speech as honorary whatever. Let me extend this laurel and hearty handshake to our new sheriff. And so they're all waiting for the sheriff, and one guy calls up to Gabby Johnson, who's up on the roof.
Yeah.
Hey, get back here, you faggots. That was, all right, whatever. I told you to leave. And he's looking through his telescope to see, Gabby, is he coming? Is he close? And with his telescope, he sees Bart way in the distance riding in. You can't really tell. It's, you know what. Mm-hmm. And the sheriff is near. And the sheriff is near. Yay, the sheriffs are coming. Or whatever the fuck he says. And, strike up the church bells. Or ring out the church bells, strike up the band. Yeah. It's only just one shot, whatever. I mean, I'll get there. And so the bells start ringing, the band starts playing, and Gabby's still looking out with his telescope. And now you can see that it's Bart, a black man. And Gabby's, hey, wait a minute. The sheriff is a nibbong. And the church bell rings right at that moment. And what did he say? He said the sheriff is near. Oh, yeah. No, goddammit, Reverend. I said the sheriff is a nibbong. And the bell goes again. Yeah. And I gotta, the writing is brilliant. I mean, a lot of people think Blazing Saddles is maybe Mel Brooks' best movie. That or History of the World or The Producers. Or even Young Frankenstein is probably right up at the top. Yeah. But the writing of that, to come up with that instead of saying that full word, you have the bell. Yeah. But you see Gabby Johnson's movements where you know that he's saying the word, but the bell is cutting him off. And I think that never in a million years would you be able to have a writer genius enough to do that anymore. But also, even if you did, there's no way on this earth right now that you could make this movie again, no matter how hard you tried. And unfortunately, I think with several Mel Brooks movies, including History of the World, also, I don't think you'd be able to make that movie again now.
No, I agree. I don't think
There's too much wah wah wah.
Yeah.
There's you can't say that about faggots, and you can't say that word, and it's not right. It's like there's just don't watch. I mean, you hear it with when Howard Stern was on regular radio. If you don't like what he's going to say, don't tune in. And the people that hated him listened more and longer than the people who loved him, and because they wanted to know what he was going to say next. It's right out of his movie. I remember, but it's also true. Same thing here. You could say something if you were going to make a movie or remake Blazing Saddles now, which would be sacrilege.
Mm-hmm.
But how could you get away? You couldn't get away with it, even if you just said, listen, we're pulling out all the stops. This is going to be a good tribute to the movie. Oh God. So if it's going to bother you, don't come.
Mm-hmm.
We'd rather not make the money. I don't know. I'm very wrapped up in that. I think it's wrong to sit around and just like you can't cancel. You keep canceling history. You keep trying to erase it. Then what does that bring you? It's off topic. I get it, but everybody wants to cancel everything that they think is harmful. You can't say the N word or you can't say the R word. You can't call someone retarded anymore. Or gay. Can you say gay? Gay means happy. You can't say fag anymore, even though in Britain, that's a cigarette.
Right.
Are you not allowed? I mean, it's just... Anyway, Blazing Saddles. So, what's your favorite part of the movie? What's your favorite scene that you can...
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Try this again.
Probably my favorite is when Sheriff Bart first meets Jim in prison.
He falls out of the bunk bed, or he's hanging out there.
Are we okay?
I don't know. Are we black? Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Well, we're okay, but we're very puzzled. Gene Wilder is just another comedy genius in how he acts and how he delivers his lines. But he winds up being, he's the Waco Kid, the fastest hands in the West or something like that. But he winds up being the guy that has the biggest heart. Instantly friends with Bart. Doesn't matter that he's black. Doesn't matter that Jim is an alcoholic. So he pulls him out of the bunk bed, and Bart says, "What's your name?" "Well, my name is Jim, but most people call me Jim." "Well, Jim, you is my guest. What's your pleasure? What do you like to do?" "Sorry." And he says, "I don't know. Play chess, screw." and Bart says, "Well, let's play chess." And the last time we were doing an episode, we were talking Friday the 13th, and it was Facebook Live, and we had a couple of comments, and my brother was the only one sorry enough to have to watch. And he threw up a comment. It was so far away, we had to go to the thing. What's he say? And it just said, "Well, let's play chess." And because I think we deviated and we were talking about wanting to do Blazing Saddles. We were talking about Judy Aronson's Mud Turtle or something. Whatever. I was 18 and it was my first movie and I didn't mind the nudity. Okay, neither did Ted White when he came up from below. Anyway, so Matt says, "Let's play chess." And I was howling for a good 5 minutes. I also had a lot more tequila in me than I do now. So let's fix that. So this one is, here's to playing chess. Dink.
Play chess?
Let's play chess. Got this asshole here.
Yeah. I'm sitting next to
Oh.
this hole.
Where? Oh. It just doesn't taste the same.
A little harsher. Not as smooth.
There's more bite to it.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway. What?
Well, let's play chess.
Sorry. Right, so we're playing chess. And the... so this also sets off the first few days of Bart getting to be familiar with the townspeople of Rock Ridge. And so there's... Bart is walking down the street. And he's got his nice suede, whatever it is, and the nice Gucci saddlebags and shit. And here's this little old lady walking towards him. Well, good morning, ma'am. Ain't it a lovely day?
Fuck you, nigger.
It's not fuck you. What are you saying? I'm so sorry
Oh, wait, up yours. Nigger.
if you were offended by that.
My-
Up yours, nigger.
I offended John, and I apologize. Up yours.
You're canceled. But Bart's sitting there like he's, ain't it a nice day? Up yours. And he's just frozen for a second, like, eh. And then, he goes back into the jailhouse, and Jim is there, and they have more conversation. And at some point, people slowly but surely start to realize that they're going to have to depend on Bart to take care of Taggart and Lyle and Headley's plan to overrun Rock Ridge. And so that same old lady at another point, a couple of nights later, I guess, there's a knock on the window at the sheriff's office, and he kind of and opens up the window, and here's that old lady again with a nice hot pie, on the sill. And he opens the window, and I just wanted to say I was sorry for that up yours nigger comment the other day. I baked you this pie. That's very nice of you, man. Thank you so much. Have a good night, Sheriff. And pulls the thing down. And then, like a minute later, another knock. And she's there again. And she's like, of course, you'll have the decency not to tell anybody that I came over here and talked to you and gave you a pie, you filthy animal. Of course, ma'am. Have a good night. Thank you. And so I think there's a lot of commentary here to be said about the use of not just the word but the blatant use. I mean, to have been in the writer's room would have been just a fly on the wall, would have been fucking amazing.
Oh yeah.
But to sit there, so to have to conjure up, I can almost imagine Pryor sitting there with some of these other writers, mostly Jews, by the way, Jews and black people, writing this movie. In itself, that's the comedy. But to come up with that, to showcase the utter ignorance of the hatred, and it had to have been their intent.
Oh, I have no doubt about it. That was the intent. They're pushing it to the extreme in a comedy to make us go, okay, yeah.
So what do you think their goal was in writing a movie that was just so full of abject racism and bigotry and whatever else? I mean, it was the clear, and in 1973 when they're making the movie, you have a lot of those tensions in the world, whether it's California riots or Chicago riots, and the late 60s, early 70s, you had a whole lot of the black and white whatever.
Yeah.
And so even though this movie is taking place in the late 1800s, it's certainly foreboding. foreshadowing. The badness there is happening then, and it's almost like it's forcing the audience to acknowledge, hey, we're kind of still doing that.
Right. I think that's one of the messages, because of how the ending takes that turn, is a saying it's no different now than it was then.
Right. Like suddenly they're in the early 70s, and they're on the Warner Brothers lot, and they're
spoiler alert.
Yeah. Oh, if you haven't seen Blazing Saddles, Rocky wins at the end. But yeah, they crash into the musical that's being filmed with the homosexuals. Again, another great scene, another great instance of complete offensiveness and racism is the wrong word when you're talking about homosexuals and intolerance and that kind of stuff. But clearly there was that stereotype of, Dom DeLuise with the okay, you sissy Marys, and do this, and oh my God, it's so simple, and do you understand? Yes, sir. It sounds like steam escaping, and Dom, perfect, and he was a great Julius Caesar in History of the World, also. But yeah, it kind of goes from the 1800s to the 1900s, literally in a blink, and it shows that nothing has changed.
Yep.
Is that the commentary you think Mel Brooks was looking for?
Part of it, it's much more than that, I think. And some of it's just to be stupidly funny. But there's a commentary behind it. But I think part of it was that, because that cutaway, as the camera pulls back and you see that in a movie studio.
Right.
That's my thought is that one of the messages was, hey, things really haven't changed, people. Go back and listen to what's her name talk with a German accent and
Lily von Stuck.
So some of those jokes that really.
Is it true what they say about the people of your color? How you are gifted? Zip. Oh, it's true. It's true. The guy, because he's black. Here we go. Really? The stereotype. The blacks have really big fucking hammers. It's like a kid's arm holding an apple. Like, it's a big, big dick. I'm jealous. I pee on my zipper. All right, just don't forget to suck the tequila nipple a little bit later. She a great big fat person. Could you get away with that in Silence of the Lambs again, James Gum, you fuckface?
Well, there was a lot of... remember all the issues around him at that time?
Well, yeah, the cross-dressing, transvestite cannibal. Yeah, that's... how are you gonna... I'm gonna wear this skin and tuck my cock back between my legs. And why does he have a southern accent all of a sudden? Because we're still in Blazing Saddles. I'd say you had enough. Want some more beans, Mr. Taggart? There's a new sheriff in town. Who wants to kill him? Yeah, boy, there's a little digression, right? With Buffalo Bill. But yeah, you could make that movie now, I think, still, because people are so accepting of the transvestites, of the transgenders, of the not the cannibals necessarily. It's frowned upon here in Rhode Island. I saw a great meme with his face, and it was addressed to all you woke motherfuckers. If you still have a thin skin or whatever, I got a tougher skin down in the basement for you. That'll be better. Because he ate people, motherfuckers. This one's for, I don't know. The bung bung bung. Hold on. I'm afraid of this now. It's really, it's...
I was going to laugh. That's why I had to put mine down.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't want to go back to Cabo Wabo because I just don't like the way it looks anymore. But I haven't even drunk it, and I had a little pea shiver. Drank it. First, you take the tequila nipple and dunk it in the tequila. And blah, blah, blah. Go ahead. Mm. What other favorite parts?
Well, my favorite line out of the movie is, all right, we'll take the Jinx and the Blacks, but not the Irish.
No. It's got to be everybody.
Okay, the Irish.
Oh, what do you say? Oh, Panther Piss or
yeah, something.
Donkey Dick or whatever. Okay, everybody.
That's another why. I mean, besides being funny, I think it's because they're just showing how widespread racism. We're getting too heavy-handed, but just like, so look, it's the Irish too. It's not just Chinese. It's not just the Blacks.
No, it's everybody. It was
everybody,
across the board. What do you think is the funniest joke in the film, or a couple of the funniest jokes? I mean, everybody talks about the campfire scene with the beans and the farts, and that's funny. But
well, I think they're all great. They're one of my favorite scenes, I guess. I think really, honestly, is when they're trying to attract the Ku Klux Klan men.
Oh yeah, towards the end of the movie, and the bad guys are basically going to be storming Rock Ridge to just wipe out the town, and so they hold basically an open call for all the most vile bandits of every shape and size. And the wanted sign even says you got to have a criminal record. So the line stretches all the way. Regular bandits, banditos, Nazis, bikers, complete with the chopper handlebars. Get to the chopper. And then behind them they had Klansmen, Ku Klux Klansmen, and on the back of their kimonos there they have a nice day with the smiley face, and so Bart and Jim are behind a rock, and they say, well, how are we gonna get on?
Get closer.
We got to get closer, and I have a great idea. So they go behind a rock for a second, and then Gene Wilder comes out, very faggy sounding, right? Hey boys, look at what I have over here. And he pulls Bart out from behind the rock, and Bart, just like without missing a beat, hey, where are the white women at? And the two Klansmen are like, chomping at the bit because there's a black guy. And they run after him, and of course you have one of those little quick cuts. And then here comes Gene and Cleavon in the Klansman outfits. And so they try to infiltrate, and Bart takes his hand out because he's holding his hands inside his cuffs so he can't see his black skin. And at one point he takes his hand out, and Gene picks up on it, and what was his name? Rhett, I think he called him Rhett from Gone with the Wind. Oh, Rhett, I told you, he can't get his hands clean after a good cross burning, and he flips his hand over because it's lighter. He says, "See, it's coming off." I mean, that's brilliant. It's so brilliant. And that had to have been a Richard Pryor joke, with the black skin. It had to have been, it wasn't like Herbie Schlossberg, maybe we can just have him do it. No, Pryor was like, and then the motherfucker could be just wiping his hand and be like, oh, and then it turns over, and because it's a lighter, and it's coming off. Ha ha! And, it's so great. And then one guy pulls off Bart's hat, and then he goes, and for my next impression, Jesse Owens, and takes off. And again, it's just another, the whole thing is riddled with these just gems of comedy gold nuggets.
And then a lot of jokes too that don't deal specifically with the whole racism thing. I'm thinking about when Headley tries to kiss.
Oh,
yeah.
Hedley Lamar, played by Harvey Korman, fucking genius.
Oh yeah.
And Madeline Kahn is playing Lily von Stupp, and Hedley is basically hiring Lily to seduce and abandon the sheriff of Rockridge, Bart. what happens subsequently, though, is after one night with Bart, Lily is a completely reformed woman because of that serious, deep Dickon. The deep Schnitzengruben Bitter, baby. Huh. Stretch this motherfucker out. Oh. Whatever. And so, but before any of that happens, they're in her dressing room and he's laying out the plan for her. And they're facing each other. And she turns just as he's saying, "Oh, like, oh, I love it when you talk dirty." Just, yeah. And he hits his teeth on the back. She turns on the back of her head. Ah, ah. But the sound effect is so great. It's just, and it's so exaggerated that, and he does the same thing in History of the World. I don't know if you remember this. There's another, he's on the balcony or something, and he's trying to get some hot chick to free her father. And she's standing in front of a statue or behind a statue or something. And he goes in, just let me have a little kiss, and click. And, and he chipped. And, he plants his face right on this statue. And Harvey Korman was just one of the funniest guys. And he was in all kinds of Mel Brooks movies. I think Blazing Saddles might have been his first one with Mel. Do you know offhand? I don't think he was in one before.
Yeah, I don't think he was either. No,
because it wasn't Young Frankenstein, that's for sure.
No.
And or the producers, I don't think.
I don't think. I think that was his first one.
Yeah, and he would go on to be in several. He would go on to be in several with Mel Brooks. He would be in History of the World after that. No, what came after Blazing Saddles? Because it wasn't History. No.
Was it High Anxiety?
Oh, High Anxiety. That's right. Yeah.
It came next.
Yeah, and he was in that. Yeah. So good.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then History of the World, so good. And I don't know if that was the last one that they did together, because after History of the World, I think he did To Be or Not to Be.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if Harvey was in that movie. And some of the other movies like Dracula, Dead and Loving It.
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Robin, I don't think he was in those films.
No.
So History of the World might have been the last one. I don't know. But what a comedy genius Harvey Korman was. His physical comedy, his timing. And when I was little, I would watch the Carol Burnett show.
Oh my God, yes.
And it doesn't matter who he was in a bit with, whether it was Carol or Vicki Lawrence, but when he was with Tim Conway, it was just insanity.
Yeah.
And everyone was always breaking up, and I loved that about the show, like it happens sometimes on Saturday Night Live. But Carol Burnett's show was almost known as much for having the cast break each other up as they were for making the audience laugh.
Yeah.
And I know I'm digressing here from the movie for a minute, but it's Harvey Korman, so it kind of it's kind of the same thing. But he would always try so hard not to lose it on the show. In a movie, obviously you have to get the take, eventually.
Yeah.
But on the show, I don't know if it was taped in front of a live audience, and so I don't know how they worked all that out. But he was on the show for many seasons with Tim Conway and a bunch of these other geniuses. I would love to meet Carol Burnett. And there are so many bits that I can remember from that show where I laughed more at them making each other laugh.
Yeah.
There's a great skit. It's one of the most famous ones from the entire show called The Dentist. And you can find that on YouTube or Google or whatever. And it's 9 or 10 minutes long. And it's Harvey Korman and Tim Conway. I don't know how much of it was scripted, but it could not have been all of what was there, because there was just so much gold. Harvey Korman was a comedy genius. This one's for him, I think.
Yeah, for Harvey
We'll
Korman.
give that's Headley.
Headley.
Don't get saucy with me, Bernays. I don't like your cuffs. Ah.
Yeah. But well, in this movie too, though, the cast was how great and showed great chemistry together. Even Harvey Korman and Cleavon Little in that couple of scenes. Ryan's been meaning to ask this question. Can farts have lumps?
No.
Just curious.
Then who shit in your pants? That's the follow-up.
Oh, is that how it's supposed to go?
Yeah, there's the Dirty Johnny joke. So Dirty Johnny, which is me, I guess now, soiled Johnny. He's in class and the teacher says we're gonna learn a new word, and the new word is definitely. So if anybody wants to use the word in this sentence, go ahead. And and a little girl raised her hand. Yes, Martha. The sky is definitely blue, or something like that. And the teacher says, "Well, no, Martha. Sometimes it rains, and the sky is gray. So the sky is not definitely blue." Another little kid raises his hand and says, "Yes, Timmy. Well, the grass is definitely green." She says, "Oh no, I'm sorry, Timmy, because sometimes the grass dies and the grass is brown, so the grass is not definitely green." And Dirty Johnny raises his hand and says, "Excuse me, teacher, before I answer your question," I don't know why he's from the Bronx. I don't know what the fuck. He's like out of Goodfellas. He's like, "Excuse me, teacher. Hey, look who's calling over there. I can't pick up the phone. I'm doing a fucking show." He says, "Hey, teacher, before I answer your question, I got a question of my own. When you fart, is there ever lumps in it?" The teacher says, "God, no." And he goes, "Then I definitely shit my pants." That's Dirty Johnny. I love Dirty Johnny jokes. I love this thing. Oh. Woo. Anyway, you know any good jokes?
I just told you mine.
There was a guy and a girl. They just started dating, and they were making out in a cemetery one night. And they were laying on a tombstone or something like that. And after a while, the girl was getting uncomfortable, and they went home. And the next day, she woke up and she was in such pain, and she said, "I gotta go to the doctor. I'm dying." So she goes to the doctor, and it's the first time going to the doctor, and this doctor, and doctor's asking her some preliminary questions and things like that, and name and age and all that stuff. And he says something like, "Is this your first time here at the doctor's office?" "Yeah." She says, "Yeah, why? How old are you?" "Oh, I'm 24. Why do you ask?" And the doctor says, "Well, it says on your ass you died in 1845. Or I don't know. Fuck you. Oh. Does it have a lumps in it?
But wouldn't it have said 1845 backwards?
Don't eat the salmon. Don't eat the brown acid. Get off of those towers, you hot-ons. Oh, so enjoy. Leslie Nielsen, I love you. And here's another trademark Mel Gibson. Where the fuck? Mel Brooks. Sorry. I'm on meds. Kind of affects. Another trademark Mel Brooks thing is a song in each of his movies, at least one. And so here you had Lily Von Stupp was singing the "I'm Tired" song because she's a whore, and all she does is stup. That's what us folks call the schmagabbles.
What folks are these?
The Jews. It's stup is Yiddish for giving the business. I don't know much Yiddish. Most of my Yiddish is like derogatory words. Schmuck, which is actually Yiddish for a penis. There's schmeckel, which is a small penis. Schmuck. Schmuckelovich, I think, is a really You're hung like the hammer. Putz, Petzela, putz. I don't know. Get cocking off and yam. That means go shit in the ocean. It doesn't get old. So Lily Von Stupp is singing her song about I'm tired of being in love, I'm tired of from below and above, and you know, when you're younger and watching the movie, the humor of the song is probably lost on you a lot because you're not really listening to the words. You're just seeing Madeline Kahn in a fairly sexy outfit singing a tune. But as you get older, you realize that she's singing about she's banging all the time.
Yeah.
And she gets carried off stage by a couple of soldier guys.
Gay soldiers.
Were they gay?
Or they were acting that way, like the dancers that way.
Yeah. It was choreographed, you know, because back in 1874 they had good choreography with she had her traveling show. And then at one point we're introduced to Mongo. Mongo, played by Alex Karras, who was a football player. He played Mongo, who was like the brute.
Don't say the word.
What word?
Retard.
Was he retarded?
No, I just wanted to say the word.
Oh. Because I don't think he was retarded.
No,
I think he was slow.
He was a little slow.
You know, he was
gigantic.
He was a big, oafish kind of guy. Mongo only pawn in game of life.
Don't know.
Mongo don't know. Me don't know. But he was like the hit squad that they sent into Rockridge to try and terrorize them. And at some point, Bart had the great idea of how to catch Mongo. With?
You saw that Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Right, because Candygram for Mongo. And he gives, me Mongo. Sign here, please. Mongo like candy. Or Mondo? Mongo like chocolate. Or whatever. And he opens the box and boom. So they catch Mongo. And then Mongo turns the page and becomes a straight shooter.
But you missed another one of my greatest scenes.
Well, fill it in then, bitch.
Is when Mongo's signing his name tearing right through the paper.
Oh yeah, because he just grabs the little charcoal piece like it's a stick, and it just you can't do anything. And I think we should talk about the governor.
What'd you call him, Governor?
Governor Lepedemain.
No, but you what was it the sound you made?
Harumph.
Governor Harumph.
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy. Give the governor a harumph. Harumph. You watch your ass. Mel Brooks, who's always in his films, plays the governor who's cross-eyed and clearly smitten with his very buxom secretary, Miss, I can't remember her name, Miss Bryant?
Something that didn't,
Yeah.
That's almost funny.
But with the big titties out and you know, the beautiful hair and there's titties. You know, and he would sit there cross-eyed and trying to sign shit with his pen, and then because he's cross-eyed, he couldn't get it back in the pen thing, and Harvey's got to guide his hand. Just think of your secretary. That's a good one. That's very good. You know, and gets it right in there because it's like fucking her. Is okay. The pen is right into the I mean, or wherever else. But he played a good role. He had a couple of scenes as the governor. The second scene in his office when he was with his secretary behind the curtain, and Headley comes in with was it Taggart?
Taggart, yeah.
And he comes in there to tell him what's going on, and affairs of state must something can't interfere with affairs of state
or something. Yeah.
I was just out walking the parapet. Meaning his dick. I gotta do everything for you. Do you think that there was any part of the film that didn't work for the overall story? Do you think there were pieces that didn't have to be there in order for the film to maintain its
I think it's one of those
whatever?
movies you have to see it twice anyway.
At
So
least.
I think because some of
At least
it,
twice.
because some of the parts just don't make sense until you've seen the end of the movie. So you have to go back and revisit it.
Like what?
Well, the whole Bugs Bunny thing.
Yeah.
You know, them breaking the fourth wall and talking to us.
Well, so Harvey Korman does that. And are there other scenes?
Cleavon Little does it at least once. Because when he says, "I am so,"
Oh, and, yeah, and he
Yeah,
looks
he
at the
looks
camera,
at-
and they are so dumb. Yeah, Harvey breaks the wall, but I don't think that's something you really have to see the movie multiple times to understand that
but I think when
he's stepping out.
But I think when you see it the second time, you go, "Oh, okay, I see what's happening." Yeah. Well, you know what I also brains jumping all over the place. You know what else I missed until the last time we saw it? Hitler dancing on the table when they're having the pie fight
He was dancing?
in the background.
Oh, I didn't know
There was
he
a
was-
little-
Well, remember there was a thing at the end of History of the World. He made some of those phony baloney trailers, and coming soon, History of the World Part 2, featuring Hitler on ice.
Yeah.
And he was skating around or whatever. I don't know if that was
And then Springtime for Hitler
yeah. How come you had?
produces one.
Oh yeah, right. Springtime for Hitler.
That's the same.
No, because you have 3 empties here and I have 2.
These are new ones. These are clean ones.
Right. These are
Yeah.
clean here too. I have
Oh.
2.
Did you give?
Maybe I didn't give.
And you gave the number?
Yeah.
So it's been 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have 4,
Yeah,
5, 6, 7. Yeah, so you just got 1 extra. So you think that the movie, intact as it is, nothing needs to be taken out. Nothing. If you took anything out, would the movie still be as funny? Any certain scenes or certain storylines? What makes the movie so classically funny?
Well, it's a satire first and foremost, and it's done a lot like a cartoon. A lot of it.
In what way?
In that it's just like watching a live action cartoon. In some ways.
I never thought of it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, but I think it comes down to just the jokes, how rapid the jokes come flying, the creativity behind them, and I think it's the cast managing to pull off saying some of the most racist sentences, but make them funny.
It would be great to see bloopers from that movie.
We were talking earlier, saying like Richard Pryor, they go, no, you gotta say it angrier, you gotta say it
Yeah.
redder. Come on, say it.
I mean, you got to say it like you mean it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you mean it.
I mean,
Like you really
it never
believe
even occurred to me maybe to look on YouTube for bloopers, but they've got to be. There have to be so many cut-ups where they couldn't, like Smokey and the Bandit or Cannonball or some of these other movies where they just can't keep it together.
Yeah.
And I could also see, like in the Smokey movies and Cannonball Run, in some of those bloopers, Dom DeLuise specifically, when he fucks a take up, he apologizes. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was him first, and then he laughed, and I'm so sorry." I can only imagine, especially with this movie,
Oh my God. Yeah.
where like that old lady, up yours, nigger. Like, can you imagine? Like, and they cut the take, and it's print, whatever, and then she turns to him and says, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't. This is. I mean, it's so hard for me to say this. It's like in Jaws. It made me think that scene when the actress slaps Roy Scheider.
Yeah.
She wound up doing it like 20 times, 17, 18 times, 19 times. And she kept apologizing profusely. And Roy Scheider was just like, no, listen, we got to get it. But she was really belting him. And I'm so sorry, I can't, I'm so sorry. But when you're walking around on a movie set and there's so many uses of the N-word and the implication of, black guys hung like fucking horses, and the Nazis and Klansmen and homosexuals. I mean, the movie is a melting pot of hotbed. Titles is the wrong word. Hotbed demographics, maybe. Yeah. And still, again, today, I think you couldn't touch this movie with a 10-foot pole, and that's sad.
Yeah, was it 3 years ago? A print was put into the Library of Congress to preserve it forever.
Of Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I almost wish we were live with this, because I would love to see people, on the assumption that anyone was watching this shit, I would love to see comments of what people would say in response to what we're talking about, if they've seen the movie, and assuming if you're, an hour into it with us, if you haven't seen the movie, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking, because I was thinking about, you're talking about the hotbed of everything going on, and I just remember reading an interview with Mel Brooks where he was asked, how can you make fun of Hitler? So how can you put him in your movies? And he said something like, how can you not make fun? So if we think of racism in the same way.
Yeah, it's the more you talk about it, and the more you make it to be the fucking idiocy that it is.
Yeah.
I think the less harmful it stands to become.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the last 5-6 years, 7 years, or maybe even longer, as a society, we've completely devolved into the whole Black Lives Matter, Me Too, Time's Up, fuck this person, fuck that person, fuck these types, and he, she, them, they. You used to have a dick, you used to be a girl, you identify as this, you identify as that. Caitlyn Jenner, I mean, it's just so crazy. And you feel like every step that you take, you're going to wind up offending somebody. Yeah. You can't say, I heard recently, you can't say queer anymore.
No, they took that, supposedly that group took that word back to themselves. So
what does that even mean?
It means that they're saying, okay, it used to be it used to be used in this way to be derogatory.
So only, but queer
just means
is homosexual.
One
no?
of my favorite books growing up was Something Queer.
The Joy of Sex.
Is going on. No, that was a little bit older. Something Queer is going on here. It's a little detective story book for like when you're 7 or 8.
What is it? Detective looking for a cock to suck?
Well, see, that's the thing. See, there we go. There we go. See, that's how the word's seen now. But back then,
still here? Am I canceled?
Like you were saying, the word just means weird, odd, strange.
I've always heard queer that it means homosexual.
No, the original meaning.
This is queer, Scooby-Doo.
No, exactly.
Right. Or I have heard the expression, "Oh, he queered it up," like he screwed it all up, like he made it all fucked up or something. I have heard that, but somewhere I was talking. Maybe I was with Lee, and she said, like, yeah, you can't say queer anymore, but they're taking it back, and you made me just think of Clerks 2. I don't know if you're a Kevin Smith guy.
I've seen. I don't think I've seen.
But there was an expression that one of the characters said that's hugely offensive, and his buddy was like, Randall, you can't say that. He goes, no, it's okay, I'm taking it back. But it was a derogatory towards black people. It was huge, and I was like, oh my God, like how you could get away with saying that, but you couldn't even make that fucking movie now.
Yeah.
Because everybody is so bent out of shape, and I mean, so you have to be so mindful of what you say, because someone is going to be offended by something that, like at 53 and change, the things that I've been saying all my life, I'm not changing my shit. Like, if I say, oh, that's gay, I mean, it's never been, when I've said it, and I know you've said it, and everybody has said it. Oh, look at that, that's fucking gay.
Oh, we 80 kids, yeah.
The Gen Xers.
Yeah.
And, but we didn't mean it as it relates to two guys or two girls. It was just the expression of that's just gay.
Yeah, meaning something was stupid or dumb.
Yeah, stupid or dumb, even though gay means happy.
Yep.
There was an elementary school teacher at my school when I was little. Her first name was Gay. And I'm sure she got fucking run around on that one when she was growing up. She's long dead, though.
Quick side note.
Like all these other things aren't side notes.
There is a French name for a woman that's after the word doll. Poupie.
Yeah, but doesn't mean gay.
No, it's just poopy.
Poopy. I thought you were going to say Guy Gadbois. Guy. Gay.
No, but I just, we were going on, names. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean...
It's, yeah. Who's this one for? Cleavon Little, Mel Brooks.
I'm just going to put this little Easter egg in here because nobody else but us will understand it. This one's for Stephen Campman.
Oh, there we go. I like that.
Yeah, happy birthday, pal.
And I found another connection to. Well, we can talk about that later. I don't want to say, spoil anything.
Easter eggs. God damn it. It's just so fucking
It is harsher. It's not
it's like it burns. God damn it. That's gay.
I kind of like it, Johnny.
I knew you. I know. You swallowed it too.
Well,
Yeah, you faggots.
You may not have liked it, but you swallowed it.
I swallowed it. I've swallowed it 5 times. Ooh, God. It was really hot and harsh going down my throat. What do you have to say about that, fuckface? Who's your favorite actor in the movie?
Oh, man.
Who's your favorite character?
I mean, honestly, if I go with my first gut instinct, it's Hedley Lamar.
I was going to say that too.
Yeah. I was thinking, of
Froggy.
course, I love Cleavon Little, Gene Wilder, but I think I keep going back to Hedley Lamar.
Why him? Who's your favorite character?
They're all very funny, but I think he's kind of pulls a lot of the different sections of the movie together with some of his jokes, working with Madeline Kahn and all that. And he's just fucking funny.
My mind is awash with rivulets of ditto. Ditto, you provincial putz. Oh, that was wet.
I could spell it.
And the scene in the tub with Froggy and
Frog.
Froggy, find him. Where is he from? And if you notice, you couldn't have planned it. When Taggart, Slim Pickens, puts his hand down in the tub, I guess the way that he did it, it shot the suds up right in his face. And you had to know that it couldn't have been planned. You had no idea that it would have flown up like that. But it was like, and I'm thinking to myself, he had to have he just got douched in the face with soap suds, and it's probably stinging right now, but he's got to finish the take. He's another guy that was really, really funny. And really
riding a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, in not in a Mel Brooks film, but it was just so I don't know how many movies that guy made, but he's so singularly known for just a couple of them. Yeah. And it's really History of the World and Dr. Strangelove. No, I'm sorry, not History of the World. Blazing Saddles and Dr. Strangelove. He was in The Getaway with Steve McQueen. And he's towards the end of the movie.
I like that movie, but I'll have to see it again.
He's a truck driver that I think Steve McQueen and Ally McGraw hitch a ride with at the end when everything is, and it is a good movie.
Yeah,
but it's so strange to see him and hear him not as Taggart. He's not just some fucking hillbilly. So send a note to the governor and tell him I said wha-pang, ow, and then fucking twit Lyle. Okay. Tell the governor I said ow. Got it. And so Lyle, Burton Gilliam, has now made a living off of Lyle. He appears at autograph shows, fully costumed, with the hat and the whole 9 yards, signs pictures and shit like that. And I didn't realize this until a long time ago, but I was an adult. I mean, like probably maybe in college I realized this. Speaking of Burt Gilliam, he was also in Fletch. He played an airline maintenance guy. There's a scene with Chevy Chase and another actor in an airline hangar, and they're talking about the Fetzer valve and Gord, check up in here, and you know how it gives you that look and what. You would think that he's so noticeable because of his face and his big choppers. It'd be like, hey, that's Lyle from Blazing Saddles. But it took me forever and a day until I realized. I said, holy shit! And someone told me. I'm like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe it. So when I finally met the guy, I got him a picture signed for my brother from Blazing Saddles because I'm a big fan of that. But he had a picture of him there as Lyle, as whatever the fuck his name was from Fletch. And I like, something about the Fetzer valve. And I just thought it was so cool. But now he goes to these shows dressed up. He's on Cameo, that video greeting thing. Yeah. And he'll sing Camptown Ladies for a fee. I'll do it for free. You guys just hit me up. I'll sing a couple of bars. And there was something else I was going to say about that. But Burt Gilliam, was in Fletch. And Fletch this year is 39 years old.
Oh, wow.
Couldn't believe it. My buddy John told me about that today as I was driving up here. 39 years old. And I think Burt Gilliam is probably the only guy who's still alive from the Blazing Saddles production.
Mel Brooks.
And Mel Brooks. Right.
Yeah,
and he's what, like the 99?
Something, yeah.
Something like that?
He went to, what was it? Kind of whatever. He went to give a talk. He was like, 99-year-old Mel Brooks is still feisty.
I mean, and he is. He's just, and he's still really funny, and boy, what a genius he is.
I want to tell you that connection to.
Well, tell it now. We got it on the fucking thing. I mean, what is it like? Has it got bad words? I mean,
no,
we gotta
spoil the morning one, the one we did earlier.
Oh, I don't.
So, Mel Brooks was married to Anne Bancroft.
Yeah.
Anne Bancroft is in Home for the Holidays, which was directed by Jodie Foster.
Ah, so it's a little 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon thing going on here. I get it. Jodie Foster. You know what you never seen Jodie Foster in is a comedy, really.
Well, she directed a comedy, Home for the Holidays. It's a Thanksgiving comedy.
Is it really?
It is so fucking funny.
Oh.
Charles Durning.
Like him.
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and everyone thinks everyone else's stinks.
Well, that second part is a new part, but the best place I heard that opinions line was in a Dirty Harry movie because no one could deliver it better than Clint.
True.
And especially when he's telling his boss, if you want my opinion, Callahan, you got to do this and you got to do that. And Harry's like, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. And he turns and walks out, and then the captain's standing there like, oh, you son of a bitch.
See, and Charles Durning played a cop in When a Stranger Calls.
Oh, hi, Susan. What? Welcome to 2006. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, if you want to go to 2006, just go back to the Spencer store.
Oh, yeah. Wait. All right. So, I don't know whether we did right by the movie here or anything, or what we were looking to talk about, other than not only is this really a classic film that it is well deserved of its place in the Library of Congress, and it deserves every accolade that it's ever gotten. My opinion, your opinion,
Definitely.
your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think that there should be anyone that is offended by anything that is said in this film. Again, it's not like we're sitting here praising the N-word and praising the racism or the attitudes that were portrayed in the film, because I certainly don't. And Gerry's been to a couple of cross burnings. I'm not gonna lie, but he left early. He left early.
Yeah. Wow.
So I mean, like he went. He had a hot dog and a s'more. He held it up to the thing.
When I became a lapsed Catholic, I didn't believe in the crosses anymore.
Right. Yeah. Well,
Did I just cancel myself like twice?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's all right. We're on Cancel TV.
Okay.
We're on the Cancel channel. But I think that Blazing Saddles is a super important film, not just for the comedic value, but for the other messages that are there. If you care enough, if you're intelligent enough to go, there's layers of comedy here and the layers of writing, and it had to all be intentional.
Well, it was intentional. There was no...
But
I'm just going to be a little more extreme than John. It was all intentional.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. And I think that for people to, if they were to sit there and pick apart the movie to find out what's wrong with it, really and truly, you couldn't find anything wrong with it. It doesn't matter that they say chink and nigger and faggot and whatever else.
Irish.
The Irish. Well, the Irish.
And Mel Brooks' other character, he's playing the Indian chief.
Who speaks Yiddish. And he's saying Schwarze and Meshuggah and
he lets
take a walk.
Yeah, he lets little Bart and his family go because they're darker than...
Right. Woof. They're darker than we are. Yeah. I mean, but again, Mel Brooks has always been known for not only pushing the envelope of controversy, but also sometimes crossing over that line, or oftentimes crossing over that line. Blazing Saddles and History of the World are two perfect examples where you take very, very specific pieces of history, and you show them warts and all.
Okay, I don't know if it's the tequila or John's farts.
Ooh.
But this just hit my mind. The producers with Springtime for Hitler, how everyone in the audience is watching it, they're all offended, until suddenly you see one person go, oh, they think they get it. They think it's a satire, and suddenly everyone's applauding the movie because they think Springtime for Hitler, which is written by a Nazi hoping Hitler will come back, suddenly they're applauding it because they think it's a parody. That's what Mel Brooks does with his movies.
It is, and I haven't seen the producers in a long, long time. Obviously, it's one of his best. I don't, he has had some clunkers, and they were his later movies, and unfortunately, but whatever. I think that the mark he made with this film, with Blazing Saddles, is so critical to understanding ourselves and each other, and I don't want to get fucking philosophical because we're talking about Mungo like candy.
I know, we don't want to get too deep.
No, I mean, that's what she said.
Because Mel Brooks wouldn't want us to, but at the same time, he wants us to walk away with going, huh.
But I think he'd appreciate the appreciation.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I just, if you haven't seen Blazing Saddles in a long time, now's the time to see it. It's in its 50th anniversary.
With a really cool opening theme song.
Yeah, complete with whip sound effects and everything. But see it with, don't see it by yourself. Watch it with some buddies who enjoy the sense of humor that Mel Brooks brings to his films, and see it with people who you're not going to have to sit there and think about. Oh my God, are they offended? Oh shit, I know the N-word is coming up again, or the F word, or any of these things. Is there going to be too many uses of that? Well, don't worry about it. Just embrace the movie for the fucking genius film that it is. It's in the Library of Congress.
And just enjoy the jokes.
Yeah, it's a comedy from start to finish, and every minute in between is all supposed to make you laugh and maybe think a little bit, but maybe after the movie, maybe after you've seen it all and you've taken that ride, and you say to yourself, hey, wow, that's really something. Like, he really addressed all this stuff. And I say again, nobody has climbed up on a soapbox to say, cancel Mel Brooks.
No.
He's offensive.
Thinking of To Be or Not
Change
to Be,
it.
The scene, because the homosexuals had to have the
emblem, something. Yeah.
Pink, I think it was a pink triangle. And
right.
And one of the homosexuals in the troupe ends up saving the woman, one of the little Jewish women in her family, because she's panicking and she's all upset about the Germans. And he goes over and makes a big joke about it and all of that. So here he is, kind of twisting.
I kind of remember that. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
I remember that scene because I remember going, "Oh my God, if this wasn't a comedy, this would be wow."
And yeah, and I remember I saw it in the theater, and if it wasn't with my folks, it was with my grandparents. And I have such vague memories, but I remember it was very much about being Jewish.
Yeah, there was Jewish troupe going and doing Shakespeare.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I should watch it again. I remember now that you're saying it. There's something in my head that remembers. There's something where maybe it was one of the homosexuals, or something. He was friendly with somebody, and they get taken away. They're getting taken to the camp, or some fucking thing. And it was a very dramatic moment.
Yeah.
In an otherwise very funny movie, where you had the guy who's sitting there squeezing the candies, chocolate nougat, or Tim Matheson is in it, and Anne Bancroft, and I remember, I think it was that movie, and I remember it hurting me, like when these two dudes were being like physically taken apart from each other, and the guy was like reaching like no. And I was like, holy shit, I'm getting goosebumps now. And I don't even know if I'm right. But it was like one of these things where maybe, I don't know if it's because I'm Jewish, or maybe because recent things have made me a little more aware of my, whatever it is. But I remember it bothered me.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is weird for Mel Brooks, because I think that was 83. So I was 13 years old. I knew, right from wrong, up from down, left from right. And I knew about the Jews in the camps. I knew about, well, Mel Brooks is Jewish. Why is he, but I also knew To Be or Not to Be, he remade, it was a different movie, but.
In the 40s, I think.
It was an old movie.
Of the war.
Yeah, it was an old movie. But anyway, there are fewer filmmakers still alive right now who are as it's for me, who it's so easy to call a genius.
Can I do a nerdism?
Yeah.
Mel Brooks is, I'm going to say, is a very provocative filmmaker on purpose. He does it through the eye of comedy. Did a great job with it. And it just popped in my head. One of my other favorite directors is David Cronenberg, who's just as subversive, only on this weird other side of it. We need to make a movie together.
That would be way fucked up.
Yeah, that would be way. Cronenberg's 87.
Yeah, I think Mel's kind of done with.
I think he's soon. I think.
But his autobiography is fantastic, and I have the audio book, and he reads it, and so hearing him go through each chapter, because he laughs.
And he knows exactly what he means.
Right. And so it was so good. When I saw that he narrated the audiobook, I was like, hey, you got it. It's a must.
There one more after this, because we have a couple more people to.
What? We have a couple more people to what?
To
Who's this one? Is this for Mel?
I'd say for Mel.
This one's for Mel.
It's getting better. It's not, huh?
No. No, it's not. Ay, ay, ay. Well, I don't have anything else to say about this movie. I don't know that we really went where we wanted to go.
So this before.
What is it now? Isn't it ASMR?
Whatever the fuck that is, I don't give a shit. No, the
Are
ending.
you allowed to say dyslexic, or is that not allowed?
So my 19-year-old daughter.
Hi, Abby.
was during her first year of college at an arts school, fine arts school, asked to watch Blazing Saddles with me.
Yeah?
Fuck.
I just blazed your saddles. Someone step on a duck. Jerry's gonna puke. I don't know where I just threw that Caddyshack thing into there.
There was a flaw. No, it's not true. There was a fart joke.
Where? In Blazing Saddles? Of course there was. The fucking campfire scene, you idiot.
I was trying to find a flaw.
Oh.
Shit, no.
That's not a flaw. I mean, that's the thing. The only flaw was the fucking network people who are dumb enough to put it on television, and they literally mute every fart sound around the campfire when they're eating the beans. And one of the funniest scenes in the movie, they completely mute the audio, even though you see everybody going.
I'm just trying to imagine it. I'm a 12-year-old kid. Turn on your TV. Hey, look, it's a Western.
Yeah.
And I'm going to watch it. And it's like, oh, this is kind of funny. And then suddenly, every 3 words are bleeped out.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my head?
I mean, I don't know why people insist on putting movies on network television.
But why delete the fart noises?
Because it's a bodily function,
But
and
you
can't.
saw what they
I mean,
were doing.
But now there are plenty of TV shows where you hear a fart or something like that, and so the standards change. And you know, you go back 30 years to NYPD Blue when you show half a side boob or an ass crack or whatever, or Sipowicz grabs his junk, or the language. And so I think, you know, if you were going to show Blazing Saddles on television, I think if you showed it like on AMC or ETV or Comedy Central, I think the farts would be back.
I think, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Oh, that hurt. Oh.
Hurts me more than it hurts you.
No, because I mean, God, the inside of my asshole is like a fucking Braille book. What's a Braille book? You read it with your fingers. Here it is. Oh, chapter 5. What's next?
Me about the gag of the suppository books.
What gag? The gag of the suppository books?
It's from a Mystery Science Theater where TV's son of TV's Frank, played by Patton Oswalt, creates suppository books. You don't have to read them. You just need to stick them up Oh my God.
Patton
I was going
Oswalt.
to say the whole ending when the camera pulls back and you see that they're on a movie lot, in Waterloo movie lot. And I remember my 19-year-old daughter wanted to watch it with me, and we're watching it, and she's laughing at all the places I laugh at. And then they pull back, she goes, "What the heck?" So I think partly I'm right, because you know, talking about how suddenly we're in present day, and all these issues are still here. I'm just kind of repeating myself because my brain's on.
You want to get her on FaceTime right now?
Wake her up and go, yeah.
She's asleep?
Oh, actually, no, probably not. I would be if I was home.
Yeah, because you're gay. Ha ha ha.
You know,
It's within the episode, so it's all good.
You know, when I was younger, even college, and then after, a lot of people were like, "Oh, you're not gay? You're tall, neat, thin." Well, I was kind of
I'm
thin back
accused
then.
of being OCD, man.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I'm going, "Oh, I'm not, but that's okay."
But as John Winger and his friend Russell Ziske in Stripes said, we are not homosexual, but we're willing to learn. I'm not willing to learn. It was a movie reference. I'm not talking about real life.
Okay, just making sure I understood that.
Right.
So, have we done Cleveland Little? We have to. He does hold.
Yeah.
He holds the movie together.
He really does, and I don't know if that was his first film or not, or his first feature role or something. I don't know, but he was so good, and I didn't see him in another movie until Fletch Lives, which I think was like 1989 or something, 88 or 89. I'm sure he had been in some things, maybe on TV or something like that.
Yeah, a weird TV show, like a comedy where he's an intern in a hospital or something weird.
I don't
lasted
know.
like half an episode.
I know that they tried in the 80s, I think, to have a Blazing Saddles TV spinoff called Black Bart.
Oh my god.
Black Bart. What do you think? You think that succeeded?
Actually, sounds like a pirate.
Yeah, it sounds more like a pirate.
Yeah.
But they also tried to do a spin-off TV series for Midnight Run, the Robert De Niro movie, and they actually did like 4 TV movies with another actor obviously playing the role. But there was no way that you were going to be able to do a TV spin-off of Blazing Saddles and maintain any degree of the comedy or the relevance.
Because
There's just no way.
Mel Brooks did in the 70s. It was called When Things Were Rotten about Robin Hood, and it only lasted a handful of episodes. I think that's why it kind of failed, because it wasn't.
There are fewer things that have provided me with laughter each and every time I listen to it than the 2,000-Year-Old Man
Oh my God!
comedy albums that Mel Brooks did with Carl Reiner in the 60s and later. And I will throw a shout out to my pal John Hands, who I went to high school with, and who we were talking today about movies and stuff. But he turned me on to that back in high school, and it was so funny because it was all completely improvisational. Carl Reiner was the interviewer, and Mel Brooks played a number of different characters, but it was so obvious right there, the genius not just of them together, but of Mel by himself, and the quickness of his mind, the sharpness of his comedy chops, because he had been writing and doing a bunch of stuff before that. But the 2,000-Year-Old Man is some of the funniest stuff, and maybe it's on iTunes or maybe it's on Spotify. I got the CDs a long time ago and I just ripped them into my system. But every once in a while I'll pull those up and listen to a few of them, and they're just so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh, so we were talking about Cleavon.
Yes.
And the last time that I saw him in anything was Fletch Lives, sequel to Fletch. And I don't think it was too long after that he died. And I think he had cancer.
Something
Motherfucker.
Like
And but he was funny in Fletch Lives, but it was a completely different kind of funny than Blazing Saddles. Fletch Lives is a mediocre sequel as sequels go. I like it because it's Chevy and it's Fletch. But Cleavon is good in that movie too. And you think he's going one way and he winds up going a completely different way, and you're like, whoa, that was unexpected. And it was it's a fun movie. I like that movie. But Cleavon was a fantastic actor, and even if Blazing Saddles was the only movie he ever made, it was a fucking home run.
Well, the what I love about it is he's the main character, and he's the black dude, but they're making just as much fun of him as anyone else, but not because of his color or anything, it's because he's goofy. The goofiness of it.
I don't think he's intentionally goofy though.
I don't think he's goofy, but I'm just thinking they're not making fun of him. They're making fun of him because he's fun.
They're making fun of him because he was black.
Yeah, but
not making fun of him. They treated him like shit.
But the way he turns it around and how he reacts to it,
right, which is to not react.
Right, but when he walks back in, when you see him back in the sheriff's station after the woman says "Up yours, nigger," and he's sitting there like that, all like,
right, and
totally destroyed.
Yeah, like, what did you think?
Yeah.
They were gonna say, "Welcome, Sonny. Take my daughter out." Morons. And then they both break up.
Yeah.
And so, but I think that's Cleavon or Bart has that moment of clarity where he realizes the fucking idiocy that he's up against and just beat him at their own game.
Yeah.
You know, that's why he did the whole thing with, one more move and the nigger gets it.
All the silliness of scenes like that, the characters are all the main characters are well drawn out. Even the bad guys.
Yeah,
to the point where they just,
Well,
I can't suspend my disbelief because of the goofiness of it, but I can suspend my disbelief that those are actors. It's like they become the roles in the Harvey Korman way. It's Harvey Korman as fully as that person.
they give 100% to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you could see it.
I would have loved to see like the after parties.
Oh, just to be a fly on the wall. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, if I remember to do it, I'll try to YouTube bloopers.
I'm pretty sure we remember what you
But
we'll have to watch this again to remember.
Yeah, but I mean, the after parties, the writers' meetings, the table reads.
Yeah, who came up with that idea first? Hey, I want to write. I want to make a movie about a western.
Well, I think the tag. Oh God. I think the tagline for the movie on the poster, it said, "Never give a saga an even break."
Right, but like who said, I'm going to go talk to whoever to see if I can get this movie. Okay, you need to wash it down.
Oh.
Cleavon Little.
Oh, fuck Cleavon. Oh, baby. You are so talented. Baby. 15 is my limit on Schnitzengrubens. Fuck is a Schnitzengruben? It was a big fucking cock meat sandwich without the bread. It was just a big ding dong.
Just weird sausage.
Down in the Baja. I'm Jesse Ventura.
And there's all that cabbage hanging off it. So
it was all like, was that supposed to be pubes? In the Baja with the wavy. I'm Jesse the Body.
Seriously, this John's problem is killing me. I can't breathe.
Problem. Well, listen. Ass, gas, and grass. Nobody rides for free. Cleavon. Ding. Oh, this is gonna suck. Fucking God.
Come on.
I don't know, dude.
What? You're not a man.
Ooh.
You can't hold your liquor.
Ooh.
Oh, I canceled myself again, didn't I?
Well, I'm not a man. What do you think? Just because I pee on my balls, I'm not a man?
If you're peeing on your balls, you can't be a woman. One more.
I got to recycle a glass. This will be 8. You got, this is yours.
Yeah. Yep.
8? All right. Boy, oh boy, RD. What are we going to do after this?
Watch Cannonball.
Or cartoons.
Or cartoons.
I mean, we should sign off. I mean, people have tolerated the, if you're still here, God bless you.
If they're still here, what the hell's the problem?
John would like to thank the fine folks at Santo for this very coarse tasting tequila.
John does not really thank them for it.
No, I don't.
He's being sarcastic.
And I'm just going to give a little finger binger. We're just going to go over there.
I thought that was a pencil sharpener.
It can be.
Can be?
Yeah.
Sharpening pencil.
You want to give it a little shot? Go ahead.
No, thank you.
Go ahead. Smell it. Look, Jerry's rubbing his asshole on his mic. You can hear every wrinkle. All right.
Does actually do assholes wrinkle more as you get older?
I don't know. I mean, this is I don't know. This looks like it was fucking like Gary Oldman as Dracula. You know, this fucking skin would look like a
the giant beetles that talked to Peter Weller and
Oh, I don't remember
But
that.
David Lynch's
Naked Lunch. Yeah.
They talk out of their assholes. Literally.
You may be wondering, why did I bring a rubber asshole?
Please ask him, because I'm kind of afraid to ask.
I don't even know. I thought it would just be good for laughs, and it has been. It's got a suction cup on the bottom. This thing can, right here, and it's stuck here. You know, I could take this tequila nipple in here. I could just, you got to use one hand to spread it open. It's just like life.
Don't spell your tequila.
No, and we'll just leave it here. So, and now that
that means we have to finish the bottle.
That's in there. Well, no, because it's hygienic. I cleaned it off. I lick it first, not the asshole. The tequila nipple. What the fuck?
So I don't know.
We are the people. Oh, it was close. Almost spilled. We're the people that your folks said don't watch anything that these guys ever create.
So, but come on, a little bit in defense. This is a creative way to kind of blow off how we're feeling.
Yeah.
Versus, serial.
At least, look. At least, we're having fun.
Yeah.
3.5 people will watch this for 10 minutes. It's an hour and 45 minutes. What are we doing? But I mean, yeah, we could be fucking out causing trouble, getting arrested, getting into fights or car crashes, or just falling into the wrong fucking whatever it is. But listen, we're having some drinks, we're having some laughs, and we're acting fucking retarded. And my lovely she's calling again, but my lovely better half Lee was saying earlier today, after we did our first episode, which was fantastic, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And are you gonna get drunk and stupid tonight? And I said, well, I don't know that I'm gonna get very stupid.
I don't think we ever get stupid.
And she goes, when you get really drunk, you get stupid. And I said, I tend to get really fucking funny and
I mean, come on, we do get silly.
Well, of course we get silly, but we're not stupid. I mean,
for the most part,
is it stupid that I have this asshole here? I mean,
that's just disturbing.
It is disturbing. What's more disturbing is that the tequila nipple is sitting in there. I'm going to pull it out. No, it's all right. It's clean. But anyway, so yeah, drunk and sillier.
But we're getting things out creatively that we want to, and we're talking about things. Come on, we're giving ourselves a couple of days of just fun.
That's more ASMR. So
that did not comfort me.
No, nor should it. I'm going to have a little toast to my lovely partner in life, who is trying to call me, and I'll call you back. Don't worry.
Well, I will toast my lovely partner.
We'll toast our partners, and
who's not trying to call me.
Who's not trying to eat, but she's probably baking or making some sort of a gluten-free item. But Lee's probably trying to call me to tell me what kind of flowers we need to pot outside, or how the cat rolled on her back, or whatever the fuck. And I mean, yep. So I will call you back, I promise, in just a few short minutes. Oh my God, there's a lot left.
Wait. After this, just one last one.
What? Because we got to have what? Well, this is 8.
Yeah, I don't like 9's the perfect number.
Why 9?
9 is the perfect number.
It's an odd number.
Everything can become 9.
9.
Any number can become 9.
I don't understand.
You give me any number, small, large, whatever.
1.
Yeah. Well, what's 1 times 8?
8.
Plus 1.
You're making this up as we go.
Well, isn't that what math is? Someone made up math?
No, math sucks, man. I know.
All I'm doing is making up more math.
What's 8 times 1?
Sure,
8. Yeah. I know my gazintas too. Do you know your gazintas?
You know, though, for a while I was doing that constantly, and Abby at first was annoyed, ended up loving it, and she's on Discord.
Why aren't we on FaceTime?
And she's on Discord, and she'd be sending she'd say, I asked my father this number, how does he get 9? and I come up with some
Nice.
whacked out way as you put it out there on Discord. So there's a whole
What the
bunch
fuck
of
is Discord?
It's this site where you can go for people who are, like art or creative and stuff like that. A whole lot of different things. But that's what she tells me. I've never been there. I'm not creative. I'm not artistic.
Look at all this shit that we got here.
Yeah.
Anybody want some candy? All right, so who's
like some candy?
one wafer thin mint. This that's a random
Would
one.
you like some pancakes?
Chicken and waffles, bitch.
John Candy in Waffle House of Horror. The Pancake House of Horror.
You know what's funny? Mr. Chow from A Hangover. Did you die? That's for Lee. But did you die? Toodaloo, motherfucker. All right, this one's for Lee because I love you. And you know she's gonna say, "Oh, you can't do it when you're sober. Why can't you? Why do you only?" But
It just sounded like Brian Regan, the comedian.
I don't like him.
Well, it just sounded like.
Well, listen.
Okay, to our significant
others for tolerating our stupid shit far too much and far too often than most people ought to. But you're compensated well. You're paid well, and in other things other than money, right? Right. I mean.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Take care of her.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of her. Mm. That's 8.
There's only 8?
That was 8.
One more to us.
Oh, fuck my life. I gotta have a little water back. You do know that if this were Facebook Live, nobody would be watching.
That's okay.
It's just because nobody's watching now.
Yeah.
Ooh. Need a few minutes to let that one fester.
So remember,
what the fuck?
Will tequila give you lumps?
I definitely shit my pants. That's not a joke. I'm sitting here. I'm telling you all now that it's a better than average chance.
I was thinking about that last year when we were driving up here.
About shitting your pants?
Well, he says, I just...
What?
I just...
What? The hell's the matter with you? What? What did I call you? And I said I farted?
Are you Tim Conway or Harvey Korman?
Or Mr. Wiggins?
Mr. Wiggins.
Or the Mr. Tudball? Well, I fucking love Tim Conway. He would have been a bucket list guy to meet, boy, I tell you, him and Harvey. Wait, but what does that have to do with me farting? I don't understand the...
I don't understand. Last year driving up here, we were texting back and forth.
Yeah.
So he said...
What the fuck is going on?
It's not funny.
No, what? I don't even know what you're saying. What? I mean, it's a good thing we're sitting on these vinyl seats because these cushions, because whatever stain comes off, it's going to be like very easy with a wipe and a water. What did I say? I'm still waiting for the fucking hook. What the hell's that? What?
You're killing me.
What did I say? I'm not... Hello there. Oh, that was like, it sounded like Squiggy from Lenny and Squiggy. Hello. Oh.
The cow goes.
And the cow says, right before you put a fucking bolt through its head, and then you're eating hamburgers. Oh. What? All right. You still didn't fucking tell me anything.
Yeah, stop.
Okay, I stopped. Do you even remember what you were saying?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
So, because It's just not funny, but it
No.
struck me as funny.
Jesus
Mom,
Christ. It's
we were texting back and forth, and somebody said, I farted. I think it was a wet one. I was going up the back of the seat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that.
And I'm like,
You
too
gotta-
much information. He said, no.
No. Too much information would have been. I had to reach back to check and make sure. Oh. All right, so what is this ninth one? This is for us?
This is for us.
Ah, God almighty.
We've never, I don't think we've ever toasted it ourselves.
We never did?
I don't think we ever
I'm
did.
not going to go back through 14 other episodes.
Well, no.
and-
I'm just saying we didn't. We'll leave it at that. We're
Right.
going back 14 episodes. Or if we did, we don't remember.
Right.
Because it was probably like at a time like this.
Yeah, so we've got, oh, God, what does that say? Boy, we're coming up on 2 hours. This is entirely too long.
Yeah.
And we're the only people that are going to be listening to this and watching
And
this.
I'm going to fast forward through some of it.
Are you really? No, you can't fast forward through the good parts.
I'm joking.
Leave that to Mr. Skin to just fast forward to the good parts.
There you go.
See, titties. Oh,
Okay.
hold up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now I have hiccups. Jesus Christ. I'm going to pee in cheesecloth.
So you can catch your kidney stones.
Yeah, Lipton iced tea. All right, PJ. Why do you think you stayed in school for 7 years?
Okay,
right.
let's not go down that path because
Right. All right. So this one's to us. All right. God bless. This was a good day. 2 killer episodes. 1 killer episode. 1 probably mediocre episode.
one episode that killed us.
Yeah, one. Yeah, we got
But
killed.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's always fun for us. It's always more fun for us. I almost feel sorry for the people who decide to watch this because they don't know what they're getting into and they don't. I mean, I would think anybody that watches this now has seen other shit that we've done and they understand how we progress through all this stuff. And it starts off in one way and we take 18 different roads and whatever. Yeah. And even though we were wanting to talk mostly about Blazing Saddles, we hit on a bunch of other things and it's okay. It's usually how it goes when you're, 3/4 of the way through a bottle of tequila and whatever else. And
only 3/4.
Yeah. And so, I don't know what time it is, but it's, I think it's time for some cartoons or some Buck Rogers.
10:01.
10 o'clock. All right. So yeah. So this one's for us and I'll share this one here with all of you, all 4 3/4 of you who are here, maybe watching. I got to make a phone call back to the queen, to the queen bee, and there you go.
There we go.
Chin chin up your ass. Fucking 9. All right, gang. Jonnyland Live Podcast, episode 16. Supposed to be Blazing Saddles. I'm sure we went a little astray, but GH, last maneuvers there. Anything? Anyone you want to thank? Anyone you want to give praise? Prayers up.
Honestly. Because I was going to say something nice about you.
All right.
No, just thinking back, it's been a weird 37 years now? Since we met each other.
Yeah, what was it, 89 or 90?
It was 89. The last half of 89. I came into Roger Williams.
It's like 35 years.
35 years.
Wow.
Fuck.
I mean, we've come really far.
We had weird times of not connecting. Life happened, and
yeah, I think that friendships like ours turn this off. Go to bed.
This is
for us.
Yeah.
But I think friendships like ours, to have like an ebb and flow kind of thing is normal, and certainly to have there's people in our lives who we both know who we've lost to time and circumstance and life, and and I won't get heady about it, but those are people for the most part that, you know, they were important at a certain time, and they're still, you know, part of our bigger picture and things that we look back on and laugh at or shake your head at or things like that, ex-girlfriends or people we lived with and things like that. And we were talking about a few of them earlier today. And I miss a lot of people in my life. I also don't miss certain people in my life. And you know, if my phone rang and this person was on the other end, I'd be ecstatic. If my phone rang and that person were on the other end, I would be very unmoved. So it could really go either way. But it's important to, you know, Stephen Campman, again, Easter egg, he said to me in the last time we were having lunch together, he told me a story about some psychologists that he were like real important to him. And one of them, his thing was to say, follow your bliss, and be true to you. And Stephen's very in tune with all of these things, very in tune with dreams and things like that. And he has a course about it and whatever. But, and he said that with what I was doing with that other movie, he said, you're doing it. You're following your bliss. It was something for you back when 30 something years ago, and you just wouldn't stop. And now here you are. And we're sitting together having lunch twice and Zooming and chatting and he's my friend. And, you know, 30 something years ago in 1991, when we're falling in love with that other thing, and I never in a million years would have said to myself 37, 38 years later, I'd be able to call this guy my friend. And
I mean, I met him for the first time today, and he just was fully accepting and
he's such a good dude
and excited for what we were talking about.
And because nobody else really is, and I like the fact, I don't like that fact, but I like the fact that people like us, and I know Lee feels similarly because she's seen the film and she saw my original Zoom with this guy. The movie just resounds, and for him, it's something that makes him feel good. It makes him feel alive. It rekindles memories and things that he thinks about, and he has this kind of follow-up script, and we're talking about it. Just pay no attention. And wait, you're still here? No, we gotta go. And so it rekindles things for him. And when I hear from him to my face that it's because of people like you, and today it's people like the two of us who are just sitting here passionate about that, and what it does for him, and especially today.
Let's you know, call what's due is this was John from 91 on, and he's the one who got us to this point, and he got me to meet this man. An incredible hour. I'm surprised he gave us that much time.
So am I.
I'm so glad he did.
It's really it's so. I've met a lot of fucking celebrities, dude, and I'm friends with some, and they're fucking great, and they're important to me because of what they were in and what they represent and all that stuff. But this guy is just, there's something about my ability to say he's my friend because of the thing in the movie, be my friend. Be my friend, and don't fuck my prom date. But he
I
did.
didn't even know John back then, so no.
I think that there is just unexplainable the way I feel about it. I think there's so many celebrities that I've met that I always feel good about meeting them. I've never really had a bad experience, but Jesus Christ, I mean, I can count on one hand the number of celebrities that I'm actually friends with. Like I could say he's my friend or she's my friend, but to be able to say that Steve is my friend probably trumps all of them. I mean,
No,
maybe except Steve Smith.
I was gonna say because I was trying to think.
Yeah, because Steve, if it wasn't for Steve Smith, I wouldn't play the drums. I wouldn't love the drums, and he's been my friend for over 10 years now, and
Wow.
and I just like, for me, that was a very full circle kind of thing. And so many people say never meet your heroes, but he's why I play the drums, and he's just the nicest guy on the whole fucking planet. It's ironic that it's two Stevens, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But whatever. What are we doing? 10?
Well, you don't have to
Fucking
watch
cock
it.
bag fuck stick.
I am.
Well, all right. So pour it up.
I am a cock bag. I'm not a fuck stick. Okay?
Well, you know, a little beanbag.
Oh, beanbag.
All right.
Wrinkly scrotal.
I got a little wrinkly scrot.
Scrotal.
There's El Scroto.
You should see that tank.
Oh, hey, the devil's driveway. Welcome. Yeah, it's just let's toast your chode. All right. Well,
Wait. How do you know that?
how do I know what about
Chode.
the chode?
Yeah.
'Cause it's a Tom Segura thing. He said it on one of his shows. He said he's talking about the way to your guy's heart is through his taint. And the taint is that little piece of real estate between the guy's ball sack and his asshole, otherwise known as the devil's driveway. And if you think that guy's not calling you, what I suggest is you take a vibrator and you put it on his chode. And this guy is gonna burn up a cell tower contacting you. Just don't put it on high because you'll make him shit his pants or something like that. Anyway, fucking Tom Segura. But yeah.
Hey,
Where'd we get to?
You know what? We're going to.
We gotta go.
No, last but we're to
Chode.
us being canceled.
Yeah, I hope you fucking assholes cancel us. The Jonnyland Live podcast will never be canceled because we'll always come back like a fucking rash, like roaches with the lights coming on.
The underground radio.
Yeah, we're like the underground fucking podcast pirates.
Yeah.
Y'all can fucking eat a fucking bag of dicks.
All 2 1/4 quarters.
I don't even know what this toast is for. My mouth is suddenly really dry.
Yeah, mine too. This is for. Wait. To taints.
Taint? You gonna toast a taint?
No, I'm not gonna toast.
Here's to the fucking. You know why they call it a taint, right?
Yeah.
Because the taint pussy and the taint asshole.
Exactly.
I don't know.
To.
Here's the Spider-Man
You know what?
67. What?
Oh.
I thought you said anal for a second. I thought you were like, anal what? What? I don't know.
Spider-Man 67 works.
Well, I don't know, because it's coming up.
There we go.
All right, this is number 10. We're going to call it quits on an even Steven. And this is 207. Yeah, we got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't keep it to an hour and a half, John.
Yeah, we really wanted to. We were trying to keep it low.
I failed.
We failed you. Sorry. All right, guys. So, shit, I better do this.
Uh-oh.
All right, this is like the 4th time she's calling. Maybe she's on fire. All right, Jonnyland Live
She
podcast.
able to call 4 times.
She's very talented.
Oh, okay.
You don't know it. Lee is
No, I don't. I was just asking. It wasn't,
she's a sorceress. Love you,
I
bud.
believe.
All right, Jonnyland Live, episode 16, Blazing Saddles and more. Johnny B, Gerry H. And listen, fuck your ass and
love you guys.
love you
Yeah.
for putting up with this kind of shit. Boy, are you dumb.
What the fuck is your problem?
They're retarded. Aha, I said it.
You go, John. You're queer.
Look, I got ass lips.
Yeah, John's very queer.
I'm queer. You're all
I
queer.
canceled myself 4 or 5 times.
Who knows what the next episode is going to be and when it's going to happen, but when it does,
We gotta find a good one.
you'll be the first to know. Coming at you live from Bristol, Rhode Island at the Cottage Getaway. This was a great place with a little fucking nook in here. And we'll see y'all again on the next episode. God love you for sticking in for as long as you have. If you made it to the end of this, I think I should probably send you a gift card for Subway or Amazon or Starbucks or something.
Do I get one too? I made it all the way.
We'll give it to each other.
Oh, okay.
It'll cancel out.
Okay.
But text me.
Cancel.
Yeah, we'll be canceled that way. Text me if you made it through the whole thing, and I'll ask questions to make sure you can prove it. Maybe I'll send you a gift card. I don't know. Otherwise, I'll punch you right in the cock.
Oof. Taint.
Oof. Oof.
Taint.
That's the man.
Kick in the taint.
Kick you right in the taint. Right up the highway. All right, guys. Well, God love you. Anything else? The Best of All Worlds tour this summer. Sammy Hagar. Can't fucking wait. All right, look. Say goodbye to my asshole. Oh. All right. Fuck your mother. Fuck you, mister. Bap.
Oh my God.
Hello. Right. Bye.